Hi everyone. So in this video we are going to discuss about file and folder permission issues when you are developing things in local. So suppose you're doing some kind of application development locally in your environment and you are facing some kind of file and folder permission issues, how you are going to deal with that particular thing. So this is what we are going to talk to today. So, as I was coming from Windows background, I was actually facing this kind of issue when I started with Mac that whether should I go with the default Apache PHP development environment which is provided by the Mac itself, or should I use MAMP or XAMPP? Okay, so as I was coming from Windows background, it was kind of easy for me. It was easy for me to use XAMPP. Okay, so instead of using the default Apache PHP in Mac, I started working with XAMPP, and it was quite good because most of my work was kind of getting done, and it comes with a kind of complete package. So whenever I want, I can actually remove it. So that was a good environment for me, uh, and technically, I'm using it even right now. So the kind of issue that I was facing that when for example, if I create a folder and then I start doing development inside it, it works fine. But when I download something on my Mac and then I try to run something, it gives me some kind of issue. So I was trying to understand what was happening. Okay. So for example, what I have done, I have just downloaded a WordPress, okay, as you can see here, and extracted here, extracted this particular archive folder to here, and now I'm thinking that okay, now I need to run this. I need to install this WordPress into my local host and see how does it work. So, and it can actually happen with any program that you just want to install. For example, if you want to work with Laravel, Magento, OpenCart, or anything, you might face these kind of issues. So let's start. Let's see. So if I come here in my local uh, environment, as you can see, localhost, user demo, and WP demo. Okay. So this is my htdocs folder, user demo, and WP demo, and I'm gonna hit enter. It says okay, now start. I'm gonna put the kind of demo db because this is the demo db that I've just created for this specific purpose. Okay, now I'm gonna put the name here. My user is root. Okay, password is null, table prefix nothing. If I want something, for example, wp is default, so I'm using wp as default for now. I'm gonna hit on submit. So when I hit submit, it says sorry, but I cannot write wp config file. Okay, now when I go my index php, so here if you see index file, and if I run it, everything is fine, like I can run it. If I come to this folder, I just want to kind of see this file, and if instead of this php info, if I try to edit this with something else, this is a test string. Okay, and save it, and if I run it, okay, it works fine. So I can edit it, I can run it, but why I cannot actually go ahead and install this WordPress, and it says me that I cannot write. So that was a kind of confusion which I had earlier. So what I used to do, I used to come here and give kind of 777 permission to that particular folder because it is my local development environment. So nothing goes wrong and I can do anything. So for example, if I say ls, so as you can see, I'm in my htdocs folder, and if I go to cd user demo, okay, and I can do ls, I can see okay, now I have this particular folder. I can give a kind of permission like chmod -r 777, and it will work. Okay, so what will happen, I am giving all the users of this particular uh, like from this Mac operating system here, that okay, you can write, read, and execute anything in this particular folder. From a security point of view, it's not correct, but as you're doing it locally, it does not matter. And this website is not a kind of a very private website for someone, so you can do this. Okay, but that was not kind of development which I actually wanted. So I thought like there must be a better way, and I just wanted to find the reason behind it. So to find the reason, okay, I understood after doing a bit of research that okay, the user that I have as a PHP which was running in my computer, okay, so if I remove this and if I say which PHP, okay, so as you can see that this user this PHP was running, okay, so my PHP is getting executed from this particular folder, this particular path, okay. So then I try to understand who am I. So these are some of the kind of commands in Mac which you can use using your terminal. So you can see I'm Vasu, and when I say here, and when I come here and I use the same command, okay, here, and I say okay PHP, do this cell execution and ask who am I, and when I run it, I got to know that it was daemon. So basically this daemon user was trying to install my WordPress into my Apache, into my server actually. So how it was happening? So then I came to know that okay, when XAMPP gets installed, this was the user which was handling this environment. So what I can do to actually solve this particular problem, I did ls-l, for example, to see which user was handling which kind of files. So as you can see, this particular folder, which is WP demo, is Vasu is the user and admin is the group. As you can see, Vasu is having all the access which like he can write, read and execute, okay, but admin cannot do so many things, and obviously daemon cannot do anything because daemon is not added to the admin group, okay. So if you are in a kind of Linux user, you can add like add user to a group, okay, user add or add user command using Linux terminal. But in Mac there is something you need to use DSL or something, I don't remember it actually right now. So how can we solve it? So what we can do, we can do this chown -r to own all the files recursively inside this particular folder to daemon, okay, for this particular folder, okay. So it says you cannot do this, so I need to use sudo here, okay, and I'm gonna put my password and I'm gonna do this ls-l, and now this is daemon, and if I come here, okay, I go back, I use the same thing, remove this password and I click submit. It says okay, everything is good. Now let's run the installation. So basically now this PHP is having access to that particular folder, and they can write the wp config file, okay. Now there is another problem. That another problem is like this. If I come back, okay, and if I go here, okay, I can come here and I can try. It says this file is not displayed in editor because it is either binary or uses an unsupported text encoding, okay. So let's go and open this, okay, we can see this. Let's try to edit this one, okay. It says you cannot save because you don't have the permission. So basically now as I can actually install it through my browser, but I cannot edit it. So what's the advantage? There is no advantage because I cannot do anything. So now there are two ways by which I can solve it. I can either uh, again go back and make it the user as Vasu, or either or I can add Vasu to the admin group, okay, admin group, or I can do some kind of permission like chmod -r 775. So I'm giving admin, who is the kind of group privilege, that they can actually edit it. So again I have to use sudo here, okay. Sorry, I typed it in correctly. So yeah, so now if I come here and I type something and I save it, I can save it. So basically now I can install WordPress and I can actually edit it because I am having the edit permission, because admin, I'm kind of, Vasu is kind of admin user, so obviously he can do anything, and Vasu is added to the admin group, and 775 permission is given to group which is kind of having permission. Here you can see. So this is how you can solve it. So basically you can assign a user, which is Damon, to this folder or any folder of your choice, and then you can assign a kind of 775 permission who owns the group. So as a user, I am part of this particular admin group, so I can actually edit it, and the browser can actually execute it. So this is how I solve this particular problem. There are other ways of solving this problem as well. So in case we are watching this particular video, and if you know something better, I'd love to hear kind of your suggestions on this. And in case if you can add some more values to this particular information, that is kind of, I will be very happy to share this. And if you can share this with us in comments, that would be great. So thank you. Thanks for watching. Let me know how do you feel. Thank you. Bye. Take care.